Hey guys, Technology Brat. Here we go with part 4 of the Zagg Invisible Shield installation. Now, this is going to be the first part of the part 4. It's all going to be in one video, but this is about 2 hours after the install. I've already got some of the videos uploading now to YouTube. They might already be available. Not that that matters now, because this obviously will be much later. But here you go. You guys can see. Now on the front, I do still have, quite a few bubbles still left in there that are going to work themselves out. This is about 2 hours, guys. I went ahead and cleaned up the front, so this is completely cleaned up. But with, there's still some bubbles in there that are going to have to work themselves out. All in all, I think it looks pretty good, guys, for 2 hours. I think when I let this sit overnight, it's not going to look too bad. Let's try and see the side pieces if we can here. I don't know if that's going to focus in too much or not. There you can see some of the solution just kind of still settling in there. Same thing all the way on the full body top. The solution still kind of, it's just kind of settling in there. We did not too bad a job, I think, on the outside. The back installed really easy, really well. Of course, we figured out the more solution we use, the easier it is. It's already almost pristine. There you can see this side is pretty much perfect. But when you go over here in this corner, looks like we've got just a couple bubbles there that still have yet to work themselves out. A couple right there as well. But for the most part, that looks almost completely done. It's just that great Zagg feel on the back there, guys. I really, really like the way that the Zagg feels. We turn it over and, you can already see, that picture is going to be, of course, you've got the glare to deal with here now. But the picture is already back to that, really clear picture that I enjoyed so much whenever we, first started using the iPad before I had that matte screen shield on there. Now, right now, I don't know if that's going to show up on camera, but you can still see a little bit of the lines between the screen shield and the iPad itself where the solution hasn't fully dried yet. But, no worries, guys. That is going to go away. So this is about 2 hours after the install. We're going to come back tomorrow, do a 24-hour, and then do a 48-hour. And then we'll get part 4 posted for you then. So, well, if you're watching this, it's obviously posted. But there you go, guys. So this is the first part. Coming right back. Give me just a second, and it'll be the 24-hour. Alright, guys. So here we go. This is after just about 24 hours now. The Invisible Shield. It's not quite completely perfect. Still got some drying to do around the edges. You can see there's a couple bubbles there. Around the edges, there's a bubble down there. Some more. Just, a few bubbles here or there. Overall, though, guys, really pretty happy. For the most part, it looks really good. On the edges, there's still some solution drying in there. It's probably going to take another, probably 24 hours total for everything to be really good and dry. But that's it, guys. This is 24 hours later, the Invisible Shield from Zagg. We'll check it out again at maybe 36 hours, maybe 48 hours. But there you go, guys. 24 hours later, looking a lot better. What's up, guys? 36-hour mark, and it is almost perfect. I'll try and show it to you here real quick. Get you a little bit close-ups. Around the edging there, still not quite completely dry. I mean, you can see I did get a little bit of dust and stuff under there. But not too much, not too bad. There you can see right down there around the home button. There's just a little bit there that still needs a bubble that needs to come out of it, one there. But for the most part, guys, overall, I mean, this is looking really sharp. This is looking really good. Some of these, it's kind of hard to see on camera, but right there it is, actually, right there. Still a little bit wet on one of the sides, the back. You can see these bubbles have kind of worked their way almost all the way out now. But the back is almost pristine. The front is almost completely cleaned off. It's starting to look really, really good. I can still see some streaks a little bit in the screen. between the Zagg itself and the iPad. And so hopefully that's going to dry within the next 12 or so hours. But right now, the 36-hour mark, guys, it's looking really good. The Invisible Shield it's really, all the bubbles are working itself out. It's starting to look really good, and I'm kind of excited to see tomorrow. Hopefully it's all completely, everything's worked out of it, and it looks, nice and smooth and sharp. It almost does already. So I'll come back with one more update and give you guys the final scoop on the Zagg Invisible Shield for the iPad. Wi-Fi only. This is the full body. So we'll see you in just a second. Alright guys, this is the 48-hour mark, and I think the Invisible Shield is pretty much done doing what it's going to do. There's a piece of dust there. As you can see, it's pretty well flawless on the top as far as any bubbles or any of that's concerned. I did get on this side here a little bit of dust underneath the Invisible Shield. I don't think that's a huge deal, but it doesn't, I'm never happy to get dust or anything like that underneath my screen shields. But for the most part, I think I did a pretty decent job. You can see around the home button looks pretty good. Now, when I do turn this on, some of that streaking right in here that I thought maybe was just solution that hasn't dried. I don't know if that's going to come across on camera. Kind of right in here, they would be going vertical. I don't know if they're going to come through or not. But it almost just looks like there's solution in there that hasn't fully dried yet. I'm starting to think that that's not the case. I'm starting to think that because I didn't get enough solution on here, when I was squeegeeing, I was really stretching that screen shield. I think I probably didn't get enough solution on there, and I think I stretched it, and that probably what's causing those lines. They are pretty minimal, and you might not even see them on camera. I really don't know for sure. Around the edges, guys, pretty much you still see I've still got some solution that hasn't fully dried, and I guess it looks like I could still probably work those out. Probably just need to go ahead and squeegee those because they were such big chunks of solution. There's one there too, and a couple over here. Looks like I'm just gonna go ahead and have to work those out myself. Same thing down here. There's just a couple little bubbles there. But overall, guys, this is pretty much done. I'm pretty happy with the results, except for where I think I stretched that screen shield out. This is the final deal. I'm gonna go ahead and use it like this for maybe a week or two and see if any of these other issues fix themselves, and then I'll give it a full review and let you guys know exactly what I think about it. Offhand, I'm going to tell you right now, it feels really great in the hand, front and back. I really like the feel of that Zagg Invisible Shield. So that's it, guys. Video number 4. That's the full installation process. Thanks so much for watching. Twitter.com/technologybrat. And, hey, we'll see you later. Okay, guys, this is several weeks later. I don't even remember what all I said in the previous parts of this video, because the point I'm at now, guys, is pretty much frustration with this Zagg Invisible Shield for the iPad. I went as far as ordering a replacement because of I hadn't, and I don't even know if I talked about this. I know I was still kind of waiting for it to dry. I had an issue with, whenever it was on, kind of like solid lines in the screen of like kind of rainbow lines, and it's I got my Facebook page on there. Let's try and let's go to Engadget or something. And especially on a white screen, and you can I don't even know if I'm going to be able to show you there. I mean, it is, I'm still having that same issue. Let me go to Google real quick. I'm just going to zoom in and make it all white. And I didn't do the best install job on this either, but you can kind of see in certain parts of the screen, and I don't know if it's going to come across on camera, where it kind of looks like it's still streaky, especially over in here. Again, I don't know if that's coming off on camera or not. Over in here, there's a lot of streakiness. It looks like streaks, but whenever you're using it, you'll see like this line, and if you tilt it back and forth, it looks like just a bunch of different little rainbow lines in it. And you know, I don't know what the cause of it was. I had that problem to begin with really bad in several spots. I thought it was because I didn't get enough solution, and I was kind of stretching it as I was installing it, as you guys saw in the video. So I went ahead and even ordered a replacement, and I did it off camera to really focus on the install of it, and I'm still getting all those little kind of rainbow lines all the way across here, and it really makes it hard to use. I haven't been using my iPad hardly at all lately because I haven't had time to shoot this video, which means I wasn't able to take the Zagg Invisible Shield off. And it's really hard for me to accept it because you guys know when I did the Zagg Invisible Shield for the iPhone 4, it's not on here now, I really loved it, and it was one of the best screen shields I've ever had, and I don't even like the glossy screen shields all that much, but I thought it was great on the iPhone 4, but on the iPad, I can't use it. It's great on the back, the whole invisible shield. I had no issues installing the back at all. I think it looks great on the back. Feels great. Had no issues with that part. But the actual front part, the screen, I got these stupid rainbow lines in it, and if I'm trying to read, you know, guys, I've got the Wall Street Journal app that I like to read. If I pull that up, and we're going to pull it up real quick. If I go into, let's just go into any article. I don't even know. You know, as you're reading it, as you get to the points that those rainbow lines are there, it just gets in the way. It gets really, really annoying. And maybe I sound annoying complaining about it, as I probably just realized that I do. But I don't know, guys. I don't recommend the Zagg Invisible Shield for the iPad. I love it. I love it on the iPhone 4. But it disappoints me. I thought maybe I installed it wrong. I ordered a replacement. Same issues. I had plenty of solution the second time. I did it off camera. I really focused on getting it on here good. And it just didn't work out. So my final verdict on the Zagg Invisible Shield for the iPad, I'm sorry, guys, I don't like it. I much preferred the SGP anti-fingerprint, the matte screen protector. I'm going to try some other ones. Somebody from Ghost Armor contacted me, and I've never even heard of Ghost Armor, but they're sending me some for the iPad and the iPhone 4. So we'll give those guys a shot and see if they're any better than this. So that video is still to come. I'm actually hoping to get that package today. So stay tuned for that, guys. Sorry to say it, I don't like the Zagg Invisible Shield on the iPad. I love the back portion of it. I even love the sides of it. And I may even leave all of that on there because it, you know, just gives me that added protection and, you know, keeps it from getting scratched up. So whenever I go to resell it, you know, I don't have to worry about my iPad being all scratched up. I can actually, you know, put that it's in brand new shape. You know, whatever, if I decide to sell it before the new one comes out. But that's it, guys. I don't like the Zagg Invisible Shield. It is protective. I don't like the actual, whenever you're using it, the screen, because there's too much of that where it looks like, you know, I don't even know what it looks like. The solution's dry, so it can't be that. It's just like there's like a line, and as you tilt the screen back and forth, it just like has a rainbowing effect on it. And as you guys know, when you're holding the iPad, a lot of times as you're reading, I mean, you're not holding it perfectly still. You're going up and down a little bit with it or moving around, and it's just annoying. So that's it, guys. Again, I don't know what I said in the first part of the video. I kind of chopped them all up in here. This is about 3 weeks later with a second installation on here that I did off camera, and it's still a no-go. I don't recommend it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the Ghost Armor. We'll see if they're any better. And that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Twitter.com/technologybrat, technologybrat.com. You guys rock. I love you guys. And we'll see you next time.